Month 3 is in the bag for 2025. My plan to lose weight from 208 down to 175. In this video, I'm going to share with you how it's been going in the month of March. I did not lose as much as I wanted in March. We're going to talk about the why and what the plans are for April and May. Let's get right into it. Let's begin by talking about the fun part, the food. I have a budget that I'm trying to stay within every month just to see if I can do it, of about $200. And here in this photo is how I spent my first $100 on March 1st. I got 12 pounds of beef on sale, 25% off, 2 packages of chicken drumsticks, also 25% off. I got some thick smoked bacon there. I don't know what that is, 2 or 3 pounds, and some cottage cheese. With that much beef, this month was full of meatloaf. This one here I made with fried pork skins crushed up and mixed into the meat instead of breadcrumbs. A great keto or carnivore way to mix up your meatloaf and not just have it be beef plus maybe an egg. This particular recipe had about half a package of crushed up fried pork skins, a couple of eggs, and 2 pounds of ground beef. With that much beef, you know, there was a lot of hamburgers and cheeseburgers made on the Foreman grill as well. What an easy way to cook for the carnivore diet. Make your fresh hamburger patty, put it on the grill for 3 minutes, and you are ready to eat. Not included in my shopping list is eggs, because we have chickens and we get 6 to 8 eggs a day. You can see I have more than enough. It's spring and they are in full production. And I eat a lot of eggs every day and a lot of egg-based dishes. And having the chickens saves a lot on the monthly budget. During the month of March, I tried to perfect my recipe for copying the Starbucks egg bites. And I got pretty good, you know, with these bacon, egg, and Gruyere cheese egg bites. Not only are they a great breakfast, having 3 or 4 of these, but it makes enough where you have some leftovers for a couple of snacks for another couple of days. And a batch of 12 like this might last me 2 or 3 days. The other thing I like to do for breakfast is just 3 or 4 scrambled eggs plus a couple slices of bacon. Halfway through the month, I went back to the grocery store and found this 3-pound picanha roast. If you're familiar with Brazilian steakhouses, you're probably familiar with this cut of meat. It's a nice cut of beef with a fat cap on top. You just salt it and then you can cook it on the barbecue or in the oven. And man, this was so good. I'm going to make this a weekly roast on my menu here in April. Absolutely fantastic, and about half the price of ribeye. That was a $30 3-pound roast, and I think that lasted me 3 or 4 days worth of meals. And then my big splurge in the month of March, because it was my birthday, was about 1.5 pounds prime ribeye steak, cooked medium rare. I love to have ribeye in my carnivore diet, but I don't normally splurge all the way up for the prime. And this bad boy made 2 days worth of meals. Absolutely fantastic. Moving into exercise, March was all about increasing the effort. If you have watched my other 2 videos for January and February, you know that I was focused more on getting the diet under control in January, starting the weight loss, starting to add some exercise in February. March, I really upped the numbers, doing hikes, runs, jogs, walks, and run-walk intervals. You can see that my numbers went up as far as mileage, from about 7.5 miles completed in February to 56 miles, almost 57 miles in the month of March. And here, as we're filming this on the 5th of April, I've already got 10.5 miles in the month of April in the first 5 days. Moving into April and May, I've set a goal to do a 5K as my first short-term goal. So I have a goal to work for. Make sure I'm out there running every other day or every day, depending on what the routine is for that week. The other thing that I'm going to be doing in the month of April forward is increasing the full body cardio intensity even more in addition to the running. And that is with this speed rope training program that I have designed. And, eventually I'd like to just do speed rope for 15 or 30 minutes, but I am nowhere near ready to do that. So I have a very basic program I'm going to share with you guys. If you're interested in this sort of thing, this is a hell of a workout. These speed ropes are cheap and you can take them anywhere if you need to exercise while you're traveling. Week 1 which is what I'm on right now, 12 intervals, 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds of jumping, 60 to 80 jumps per minute. That's your rate. You're doing 15 seconds and then you're resting for 1 minute, and you do that 12 times. And then over the next 6 weeks, the intensity is going to increase. Either the number of intervals is going to increase, the seconds of work is going to increase, or the amount of rest in between each interval is going to decrease, so that by the time you get to week 6, you are at 14 intervals, 30 seconds of jumping, and 30 seconds of rest. And then the idea, after week 6 is start getting to where you can jump for minutes without resting. And I'll design that program when we get there. If I can do better than this, I will. But this has been a challenging first week, and I'm looking forward to adding this into the routine. You guys have left me comments saying, Tony, you need to get back in the gym. You don't want to lose muscle mass. Get under that barbell. And I agree, and that will be coming soon, but I haven't done it yet. What I am doing is every other day or so, pull-ups, chin-ups, push-ups, and different core exercises, getting the body ready to get back in the gym besides just working on my cardio. So the muscle mass is not being neglected, but we're not under the barbell just yet. It is coming soon. Let's finish up by talking about my daily calorie intake, how it's changed since January 1st, and what did my weight end up at the end of March. Here on the screen, we have on the left bar my current calorie goal, 1,950 calories a day. I started out in January with a daily goal of about 1,200. And as I increase my activity level, I've been increasing the calories. So here in April, we're going to be 1,950, 2,000 calories a day as the target. And you can see over the last 3 months, the average calorie intake has been about 1,450. That's every day from January through now. I want to just show you how it's been increasing over time. If we look at the last 30 days, you can see this second bar here, the average calorie intake is over 1,600. And if we look at just in the last 7 days, we're at about 1,750. That is mostly fat plus protein and as few carbs as I can. I'm trying to keep my carbs under 20 grams. And if I'm getting carbs, it's typically coming from cheese or something like that. I'm not eating pasta, bread, none of that stuff, no veggies. My weigh-in on April 1st came in at 189 pounds. That is down 19 pounds since the beginning of January. I still have a ways to go to reach my goal. I was hoping to reach the goal around the end of April. Now we're looking at end of May, if I'm lucky. And, I'm not so focused on the number on the goal as fitting in those pants that are sitting in my closet that I haven't been able to fit in for the last 6 or 7, 8 months. You guys know the ones that we're talking about, right? But I'm not super happy with the progress I made over the last 30 days, and I'll tell you why. If you watched the March 1st video, my weigh-in at the beginning of March was 192. Now I'm at 189. That's only 3 pounds over 30 days. And here's what I think about that. Number one, we already went over my calorie increase as my workload increases, the amount of cardio work that I'm doing, running, jogging, walking, hiking, all of that stuff. But the amount of calories that I'm increasing is offset by the workload that I'm doing. So what I think is happening here is we're losing body fat and gaining muscle. And if you guys have ever done a weight loss while you're exercising, you might know what I'm talking about here. As my workload is increasing, the muscle mass, especially in my legs, is growing on my arms and back and shoulder too from push-ups and pull-ups. So I am losing fat. I think I'm down about 9 or 10% body fat. but the weight is kind of stuck here in the month of March. And it will be interesting to see how that changes over the next 30 to 60 days. So stick around, check out the next couple of videos at the end of April and the end of May, and we'll see where we're at. The other thing that's going to be coming up next month's video around May 1st will be some updated blood test results. Want to see how we're doing being on the carnivore diet for 4 months and compare that to my test results from a couple of months ago. This video is to just encourage you guys to take your health seriously. Think about eliminating junk food from your diets. Think about getting out there, moving a little bit more every day. I'm an old man. If I can do it, come on, you guys can do it. If you have questions or comments, leave them for me down below. I love to hear from you guys. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see you on the next video.